Hello everyone, we're from Group 5. We're going to read a text from a video, Preposition of Place, In, On, At by Lingua Marina. We're going to read by section. The first section is Cella.
Hey guys, welcome to Lingua Marina. As you might have noticed, I've just come back from my vacation, so I feel really energized, ready to create more content for you, ready to share what I know about English with you and share how English is improving my life every single day. Because remember, English is your instrument that helps you achieve your goals. English is not your end goals, it's just something that empowers you to see the world, to explore the world, and to bring your expertise to people from different places across the world. And by the way, I was traveling. I went to Guatemala, I went to Honduras, I went to Panama, I went to Mexico, and I went to Belize. And everywhere I come, I got DM from you guys saying, "Oh Marina, you're in my country," and this is the most exciting. And every time I get DM like that, I thank my English language for that because my English is actually helping me connect with you. Guys, if you're watching from one of those countries, let me know in comments down below. I fell in love with every single country. I really like Panama just because I didn't expect it to be so like wow. All the high rise, it was really beautiful. I've already mentioned some countries where I've been to Honduras, and you're wondering maybe why I didn't say it, why I didn't say anything. So today, we're going to talk about this preposition. I'm going to share some rules that people use to determine which preposition to use. So, if you're ready, let's do it. Today, we're going to talk about the most common preposition at, in, and on. So let's do a quick quiz. You live 13 long street, and you have to select either in, on, or at. The first, I'm visiting my grandma, blah blah blah, or hospital. The second, I like traveling to a train. Now, you're gonna get the right answer at the end of this video, but make sure you write your answer down so you can check yourself later on. Let's talk about some rules. The next part is Desti.
Okay, thank you, Cella. The first rule, when we use at is used with a very exact place. Think small building like something that is small, you would always use at. For example, at the door, at the hospital, at the school, at the table, and at the university. But when you are thinking about the big things, like, I don't know what, Panama or London, you would never say it, because only applies to smaller things. We use on which street, for example, I live on Green Street. So, on is always the street, but please remember there are always exceptions, like if you are thinking about university or campus. Campus is this location where your dreams, you have class, you have restaurant, so on campus would be an exception, but normally on is only used with street. Now, when we are talking about the street, there is another thing to remember when we have a number. Then we use I live at 13 Green Street. But when we don't have a number, like I'm asking you, where are you right now? And your answer, I'm a Market Street. You don't give me a number and then use on. For example, on Green Street, so at is used when give full the address street number. On is when just mention the stream, and when talk about something bigger and the street, we use the preposition in. So, for example, we are have lunch in cafe. Okay, the next part is Rizki Pangestu.
If you are already feeling overwhelmed with what's going on and we haven't yet started the most interesting part of the video where I'm going to explain more things about preposition, I would highly recommend a book called Grammar. It's all you need. It is produced by my company called Linguistic by certified teachers. This is a handbook that cover all the necessary topic in English grammar, and it has a chapter on preposition. It has chapter and 10 says chapter on grammar rules, and it's not just rules. We all get bored by choose boring textbook. In this book, just like in all of my videos, we tried to come up with different life hacks so you could understand everything better, and also it's not just you reading the material. We have included a lot of exercise so you could practice things, because with grammar it's like if you just watch this video and you switch it off and you don't practice in just good way, like, well, there is something in the back of your mind but I really good way. And because you're watching this video, first of all, you getting sick of this workbook, and second, you get the free chapter on preposition, because I really want you to remember this preposition that we learn. So if you follow a link below, you're going to be able to receive a free chapter, and 16% of the grammar is all you need workbook. This workbook has 16 chapters on the most important topics of the English grammar, done by my company, done by Linguistic. With love, with passion for you guys, with passion for English again. The link is in description below. 16% of and free chapters on English preposition, something that we cover in this video, so you could practice, so you can print it out, put in your desk, and never ever forget what the right way to use preposition in English. The link is below. Next is Yasmin.
Now let's move a little further with our preposition. I gave you some basic rules, but now we're gonna explore more examples. In is also used when you are talking about an enclosed space, something that has a roof, something that has walls, in a car, in a box, in a building. I am waiting for you in my car. Can you please help me find a pen in this box? Don't put your wallet in a pocket. Now listen carefully right now. We're moving to on, and we use on with a bus, on a bus. And you might ask, Marina, why in a car but on a bus? Wait a minute, I'm gonna explain. The other words that we use on with are words that represent surface, like this table is a surface, on a table. Your floor is a surface, on the floor. The wall behind me is also a surface, on me. We also use on when we talk about left and right, on the left, on the right, or vice versa, depending on whatever you see. I think it's on the left for you, on the right for you. Next to or along the side of a river, for example. Cambridge is on the river Cam. Now, interesting part, why in a car but on a bus? It is used with means of transportation where you can stand up. Oh my god, English is so complicated. So, you can stand up in a car. So you say in a car. You can stand up in a helicopter, but you can stand up on an airplane. So on an airplane, in a helicopter, on a bus, in a car, in a taxi, because you can stand up in a taxi. I know guys, this is why I recommend having something like a grammar book, so you can refer to things, or at least have a script of this video in front of your eyes. On a ship, on a boat, on a plane, on a train. We use on with means of transport where we can stand up. We can stand up on a plane, we can stand up on a bus, we can stand up on a boat. And also, maybe another hint, we use on with means of transportation where there is no room. On a horse, on a boat, boat doesn't have a roof normally, but you can have both on a boat. So normally you don't have a roof on top of it. When you're on the on a bike, you can really stand up on a bike, but it doesn't have a roof, so it's on a bike. Another thing that can be super confusing for you guys, sometimes you hear in at a hospital and sometimes you hear at a hospital. Both those are grammatically correct, but guess what? They have different meaning. The next part is Raihan.
So when you're saying, I'm in a hospital, that means you are a patient. You're actually receiving treatment. I don't remember the accident, I just remember waking up in a hotel. My uncle is in the hospital right now, receiving treatment for his, acne? I don't know. If you go to the hospital for that. But he broke a leg, he's in a hospital. Let's do that. I'm giving birth in a hospital, but you can also say I'm at the hospital. But that would mean that you're just doing something there, that you're not a patient. I'm visiting my uncle at the hospital, because you're at the hospital, not as a patient receiving treatment, you're a guest visiting your uncle. In college, my brother volunteered at a local hospital. Again, he wasn't a patient. This is why we use at the hospital. The same goes for school, museum, library, or any other institution. And we also use at with events. I'm at this Lady Gaga concert. Okay guys, I hope it wasn't super confusing for you. Again, if you want to make sure you remember all the preposition, make sure to follow the link below and download the free chapter of the grammar book. And if you feel like you are willing to invest in your education just a little sum of money, using 66% of the grammar book will be even cheaper for you because you're watching this video. And now let's take your test. I guess you already know everything, but let's do it anyway. She lives at 13 Long Street, because we give the full address, you give the number and the street address. I'm visiting my grandma at the hospital. Why? Because I'm not a patient, she's a patient. My grandma is in the hospital, receiving treatment, and I'm visiting her at the hospital because I'm not a patient. I like traveling on a train. You can also say, I love traveling by train, but this is another topic for another video. Here, because we remember that we can stand up on the train, we use on. I like to traveling on a train. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. The links are below, and if you're not yet subscribed this channel, please hit subscribe button. And if your friends are learning English, please share this video with them, because I think it's super useful. I'm very humble. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you very soon in my next videos. Bye bye.
Okay, that's all from us. Thank you for your attention. We really appreciate it. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.